and it will ask for consent. From there, let's meet wherever we are practicing tonight. We'll bend the knees, as we so often do, to start our supine practice, keeping our strap or our towel nearby. And then tonight, for this practice, we honor the new moon. We honor the new moon, and we start our practice with a little energetic release, a little somatic release that's used to move through, shake off, process the physical manifestations of big feelings. And so sometimes when we walk around with these big feelings, they manifest as constant tension in the body, right? This constant holding, flexing, gritting. And so we do these somatic practices to find some freedom and to release that stuck and pent up energy so that we can find room for the flow, right? Room for more of ourselves inside all of the things happening in here. So when you are ready, it looks a little funky, but I promise it's going to be a journey, an experience at least. So for this somatic release, we are looking for a few different things. We're going to spread our arms out wide and then bend at the elbows, placing the palms skyward. So I have my arms teed out wide, bent at the elbows. My palms are facing up. I'm going to walk the pads of my feet up close to my glutes, my butt cheeks, so I can really feel the pads of my feet planted in the earth. And then feeling the pads of those feet, begin to press down into them and feel the tailbone rock up towards the ceiling, the low back lengthen. So we're just going to take this pelvic tilt for just a moment, engaging gently through the legs by pressing down through the pads of the feet. Feeling all the vertebra and the low back lengthen here as the tailbone curls up. And then when you're ready, release that effort. Let the pelvis relax. But we'll remember that movement for later on. Moving your awareness up into the shoulders and the backs of your arms. We're really going to feel the shoulder blades press down into the earth. We're going to let the backs of our arms really grow heavy. And then with our palms skyward, we're going to press the backs of our arms down into the earth. So pressing the backs of the arms down. And as you do this, you feel the arms engage up into the shoulders. And then from here, with palms face skyward, you're going to spread your fingers out wide. So we're activating all the way from the fingertips, all the way down through the forearms as we press the backs of our arms into the earth, engaging the arms up into the shoulder blades. Beautiful. So release that effort in the arms. All right, so now we have the top and the lower half of the body. Now let's move with the breath. So for our breath, we're going to powerfully exhale. And to do this, we're going to keep our teeth closed, but lightly. So the jaw is still soft, right? The tongue is still soft in the throat. So we're going to lightly clench the jaw. And then once more, activate the arms by pressing them back down into the earth, spreading the fingers wide, palms face skyward. And then with the teeth closed, we're going to exhale sharply through the mouth as we press the arms skyward. So on an exhale, it looks like this, right? Seems really simple. We're just pressing this energy away from the body, right? You might imagine releasing all of those big emotions from the palms of the hands. And then let's take a deep breath into the belly and do this again. So a deep breath in all the way down to the low belly. We close the teeth and then exhale, pressing the arms skyward. Now you might continue to do this at the pace of your own breath. On an inhale, breathing deep into the belly. On an exhale, pressing skyward. Let's do this together a few times. Yes, it's going to feel silly. You might exhale sharply. You might even Give it a good through, right? A good grunt or a groan if you're really feeling it. The more into it we get with somatics, the greater the release in the body, right? The more our nervous system regulates and our muscles relax. So once more, pressing the backs of the arms into the earth, feel the arms activate. Press the fingers wide, palms skyward. Close those teeth. Inhale deep into the belly on your exhale. Press those big feelings away. Inhale, soften, pressing the backs of the arms down. Exhale, release. Let's do this 3 times at the pace of your own breath. Each exhale, pressing those big feelings away from the body as hard as you can. Feeling the strength of your arms as you flex those fingertips wide. And then relax down for a moment. Here's where we bring the pelvis into this pelvic tilt. So once more, arms out wide, we press the backs of the arms down into the earth. Fingertips spread wide, palms skyward. This time, as you exhale, you're not only going to send that sharp breath through the teeth and pump the arms skyward, but you might also experiment with pressing down into the feet, curling the pelvis up towards the ceiling. So it's almost like this, right? We're curling the pelvis in, pressing those big feelings away. So when you're ready, engage the arms, take a deep breath into the belly and press it away. Let's take another inhale. All right, again. Curling that tailbone skyward, pressing through the feet with each exhale. And in the space of your own room, of your own bed, of wherever you feel safe, you might, with your next exhale, not only press through the feet and curl the tailbone up, but you might lift the head as well. So on an exhale, pressing the arms skyward, pressing the feet, lifting the head, we engage the trunk and then lower back down. All right, let's try that together. Let's take a deep cleansing breath into the belly, pressing the backs of the arms down, stretching those fingertips wide. On an exhale, press through the feet, lift the arms, you might lift the head. Inhale, soften. Exhale. Inhale, soften. We're releasing these big emotions. They're not ours anymore. You might surrender it on up into the new moon. We don't have to solve all these big feelings tonight, but we're going to release some of the space they take up in our head, in our heart, in our body. We're going to let them go. Once or twice more, if that feels right, taking this as much or as little as feels good in your body. Beautiful. All right, now that we've been quite intense and playful and maybe gotten into our body or overcome some fears of looking or feeling silly, let's find some movement in the body. So on an inhale, sweep those arms up overhead. You might relax the arms out long or bend at the elbows, whatever feels right. And then find a gentle sway in the knees, keeping the pads of the feet planted. Let it be gentle. Breathing deep into the belly here. You might even take a deep breath into the heart center next, feeling the heart rise and stretch, and then let the sway of the knees grow and grow until we're swaying onto the blade edges of our feet, maybe. Going at a pace that brings release and ease. And then we'll let the knees find stillness at the top. And then we'll take this sway really slow. So an inhale into the belly, nice and deep. As you exhale, let the knees sway towards the left and hang out here. So the knees grow heavy. We're relaxing through the thighs. And you might imagine relaxing the inside of that right thigh on down towards the mat or mattress. You might imagine relaxing the outside of that left thigh down, releasing any effort through the low back and the hips. Noticing where in the body you feel sensation. For me today, it feels like a gentle pulling in the low back and pelvis. Sometimes I feel this more in my thighs or knees. It just depends on the day. When you're ready, on an inhale of your choice, rotate those knees skyward. As you exhale, let them fall towards the right, softening and releasing, letting the legs grow heavy, the knees grow heavy, those hip sockets relax along with that low back. Might feel nice to take a deep breath into the belly. And then as you exhale, let the belly and the heart melt here. Let the jaw and the tongue relax. From here, we let the knees rotate back up towards the sky. We're going to heel toe them out about mat width apart, maybe a little wider. And then once more, let them fall towards the left, relaxing through the inside of that right thigh, the outside of the left once more. If the feet slide a little bit as you relax and release, let them. We invite messiness into our practice. We invite exploration and softness. When you're ready, lift those knees skyward and then let them gently release towards the opposite side, softening once more through the inner left thigh, that outer right hip, the low belly, the jaw. Maybe even your shoulder blades. Is there anywhere in your body you're harboring tension unbeknownst to you? These postures are a wonderful time to gently and compassionately seek that out and then invite softness to that space. When you're ready, lift those knees skyward. We're going to heel toe them out as wide as we can possibly go, and then we'll let both knees fall in towards one another. You'll come up likely onto the inside blade edge of each foot, and then soften both inner thighs down towards the earth as you release through that space beneath the belly button. And with each exhale, you might imagine softening the tension in the body, finding length, release. From here, we draw the knees skyward. We'll heel toe them back together. And then once more, walk the heels up towards the glutes so that the pads of our feet can really find some purchase here. And then here's where we want to keep that dish towel or a yoga strap or robe tie nearby. We're going to press down into the pad of our left foot to lift our left knee skyward. And you might hang out here, or you might extend that leg long and point and flex through the toe. So a little nerve floss here for the sciatic. Pointing and flexing. Find some ankle circles one direction and then the other. And then here's where that prop comes in. We'll release the arms from overhead, and we're going to draw the top of this right thigh closer to the heart center. So you might reach up and interlace the fingers behind your thigh to do that, or you might grab a strap to do the same. Either way, we're going to invite the top of the thigh towards the heart center. Just for a moment. From here, we're going to bend that right knee. You're going to reach your right hand in to either grab the big toe here for a half happy baby, or to use your strap to wrap it around the ball of your foot. And then the right knee is going to gently slide out towards the right side of the body, that right armpit. You'll bring the pad of your feet skyward. So maybe you're peace signing that big toe here. Maybe you're using your dish towel but we're holding the pad of our foot skyward as we invite that right knee down towards the floor to our right, kind of up towards our armpit. Half happy baby. From here, we'll come into hand to big toe posture. And to do this, we're just going to extend this right leg long. Now, you might find that you have some more comfort drawing the pad of that foot skyward. You might allow your grip to soften and open that right foot out towards the right. So you decide, but we hang out here at about the length of our arm. All right. As you do this, you might let that left knee open out towards the left. You might even come up onto the outside blade edge of that left foot, just softening through this inner left thigh. And then from here, we're going to slide that right foot back skyward. And then we're going to do something tricky. And this is going to be messy, and we're going to give ourselves permission in advance to be very, very messy. From here, we're going to take our right arm and we're going to sweep it up overhead, palm up. From here, I'm going to take my right leg. I'm going to rock it all the way over to my left and come up onto the left side of my body. I'm going to bend my left elbow, plant my left hand on my head, and here we are in sleeping Vishnu. And you might hang out here, you might be grabbing this strap, you might relax that arm down towards the body and really enjoy the props that you're using. You decide how you want to spend this. If you want a deeper stretch in the hip, you might extend that left arm long, plant your head on it, and simply pull that foot up towards your ear. Softening through the belly. From here, bend that right knee, and we're going to take the pad of our foot and we're going to plant it on the ground at our left. So here we are. We can take that right hand to that inner right thigh towards the hip crease, not towards the knee. So we'll slide the hand back towards the hip crease and then press the hip down towards the feet, right? Down away from the body. And maybe that hip press feels good. Maybe it doesn't. You just release and hang out here for a moment. Then we're going to turn this into an even bigger twist by lifting our head up from our arm, sliding our left hand directly in front of us, keeping that palm up. And then I'm going to release my right arm. I'm going to plant my hands together. And then we turn this into a twist by taking our right hand directly up overhead, let the gaze follow, and then you might continue drawing that right arm back, allowing that right shoulder blade to sink onto the mat, and maybe you rotate all the way down, teeing the arms out wide. Maybe you bend this right arm, reaching through the elbow just to protect the rotator cuff there and the shoulder blade. Do what feels good in your body. And then from here, we're going to roll back onto our backs, plant the pads of both feet. Let's find Bananasana. So on an inhale, sweep both arms skyward. We're going to take our right arm. We're going to grab, we're going to take our right arm in our left hand. Words are hard for me tonight, it seems. And using that left hand, we're going to pull our right arm gently over towards the left. And as you pull, you're going to shimmy your shoulders and your head as well. So the hips remain planted, the pads of the feet remain anchored. It's just our arms, our head, and our shoulders shimmying on over towards the left. And we're just doing like this side crunch, right? We're shortening the left side of our body. And then you might allow your mind's eye to notice how the right side of the body lengthens. Can you press out through the fingertips of the right hand just to accentuate the sensation of stretching along the right side of the body? You might even extend that right leg out long, pressing through the heel, lowering it on down towards the earth. Really feeling the sensation of the length all along your right side. And then this posture allows us a beautiful opportunity to practice sending our breath to areas of our body. It's a beautiful somatic practice. And so you might imagine on your next inhale that you're sending your breath over into the right side of this rib cage here. And as you inhale, you might press out through those right fingertips and really just feel the breath creating length all along the right side of the body. Each time you exhale that breath, you might just soften and relax the whole right side. From here, we'll roll, slide, shimmy the head, shoulders, and arms back up to neutral. Bending that right leg, and then let's switch sides. So we're going to walk the feet up towards the body. We're going to keep our strap handy, and we're going to start that whole sequence all over again. So lifting that left knee towards the sky by pressing strong down into the pad of that right foot over here. And then you might extend that toes skyward. Grabbing your strap, grabbing the back of the thigh. We point and flex the toes. Doing a nerve floss, making room for that thick old bundle of nerves to run from the low back all the way up the back of the leg, or down the back of the leg, I should say. Find some ankle circles one way and then the other. And then from here, we're either grabbing that strap or we're lifting our head up, interlacing our fingers behind the thigh and pulling the top of the thigh towards the heart center. Relaxing and releasing. And then here is where we bend that left knee, and we're either going to peace sign that left big toe, or we're going to take our strap or dish rag around the ball of the foot. And then invite that left knee out towards the left side of the body, kind of up towards the armpit as the pad of that left foot faces the sky. And then if it feels right, that right knee opens out towards the right, coming up on to the blade edge of that right foot. Hanging out, breathe into the belly here. There's so much space for the breath when we open up the hips. Relaxing the shoulder blades down towards the earth, releasing through the jaw, the front of the throat. We just give ourselves space to be here. And then when you're ready, extending that left leg long. Opening it out towards the left as much as feels good. Softening through that inner left thigh. And then we're going to turn it into our sleeping Vishnu. So we sweep our right hand up overhead, palm up. We're going to take our left foot. And once it's skyward, you might continue that rotation, rolling onto the right side of your body. You might bend that right elbow, plant your head. And so here we are in sleeping Vishnu. And you might imagine pulling your femur back down into your hip socket, sometimes with this temptation to reach with the leg here. And so we really just want to invite it back into the hip. And then if you want to move a little more deeply, intensely into this, you might lay that Vishnu all the way down, inviting that left foot up towards that left ear. And then we'll continue repeating this sequence by bending that left knee, planting the pad of the left foot on the ground to your right. And then taking the palm of that left hand, you might press that inner left thigh away from the body, or you might just hang out here and breathe for a moment. From here, we'll find that big twist once more, taking this right arm, sweeping it out in front, palm up. Our left palm lands atop our right. And then when you are ready, that left hand reaches skyward, gaze follows. And maybe that left hand reaches all the way back. Maybe you bend at the elbow and float here for a moment. Maybe you soften the head and the shoulder blades on down towards the earth. If you've got a blanket or a pillow nearby, you might use them underneath the shoulders and the heads, just as a gentle support here. And then release any effort or tension you're holding in the low belly and the hips. Let the thighs soften and let things get a little messy. If the body slides and shifts, we let it. We are seeking softness instead of perfection. We're exploring sensation without expectation. We are here to connect with self, to feel into our bodies, and to know that that work alone is wildly healing for the busyness of our mind and the rawness of our nervous system. From here, we roll back onto the back, planting the pads of both feet yet again, preparing ourselves for Bananasana by sweeping both arms up overhead. Feeling the heart center open as you do, taking that left arm in the right hand and sliding it on over towards the right, letting the head and shoulders follow while the hips and legs stay firmly planted, lengthening the whole left side of the body. And when you find your C shape, soften into it, relax, and find ease. If the side body begins to cramp a little bit, or if we find discomfort as we relax into this posture, you might just slide out of it just a little bit. From here, if you'd like, extend the left leg long, pressing through the heel, lower that heel down towards the earth. Feel the whole left side of the body lengthen here. And then once more, you might send the breath over into the left side of this rib cage with a deep inhale, pressing out to the fingertips of that left hand, finding that length. With your exhale, softening and allowing the body to arrive here. You might continue to move, stretching and lengthening with each inhale, or you might hang out here in softness. There's no right or wrong way to be. There's simply what your mind and body is asking for right now. When you're ready, bend that left knee, plant the pad of that foot. We're going to slide the arms and the head all the way back up to neutral. And then before we take our final Shavasana, we might do some angel sweeps of the arms, moving with the breath. And what that looks like is this. On an exhale, we sweep the arms out wide, and we're sort of skimming the backs of our arms and hands along the earth. I only have room on one side of my body. And then on an inhale, we reverse it. Letting the breath be big and slow. I'm going to do this on just one half of my body for now. But exhale, sweeping that arm down, pressing through the fingertips the whole time. Inhale, sweeping it slowly up. Letting this big, slow sweeping of the arms allow you to explore the depths of your inhale into the belly and the heart, and your exhale, releasing every drop from your body. A few more breaths just like this. And you might move the legs and the knees with your breath. On each inhale, you might sweep the arms up, letting the knees fall either out wide or towards one side. As you exhale, the knees rise. Right? So inhale, the knees drop either in a bound angle type posture. Exhale, the knees rise, or inhale, the knees fall to one side. So we just find gentle, slow, and soft. We'll take 2 or so more breaths. Big and slow at your personal pace. And then on an exhale of your choice, find your final Shavasana. And maybe that's legs and arms extended wide. Maybe you keep it cozy and close, placing the arms and the hands on the belly. You might even find a Sukhasana with the legs here. Whatever posture you're choosing, let it be one of effortlessness, one of ease that asks nothing from your muscles to retain its shape. And with each exhale, feel the weight of your body growing heavy down into the mat or mattress. Notice the weight of the back of your head as you relax your neck and throat. Soften through the shoulders and feel your shoulder blades cradled by the earth. Inviting that softness down through the arms, into the palms of the hands, and out through the fingertips. What does it feel like to relax your fingertips? Can you feel it in your mind? On your next inhale, you might send it deep into the heart and the belly. As you exhale, let them soften and release along with the hips and the low back. We bring ease to the thighs, relaxing through the knees, letting the calves, the ankles, the feet, and the toes find floating effortlessness wherever they are. As you soften through the jaw, feel your inhale flow into your body, filling the belly and the lungs. Feel the warmth of your breath leave your body on your exhale. Let the shoulders and heart soften. We hang out here, having spent time releasing big stuck energy in the body, giving up the need to find all the answers, to solve all the things, to heal all the stuff in this moment, and just allowing ourselves to find freedom in this momentary surrender. Letting the heaviness and the weight of those big feelings, of that stuck energy, be handled by the blank slate of the new moon. Trusting that as we do this hard work, this healing work of coming back home to our body, of releasing this chronic tension, this pent-up energy, this closed and stuckness that we feel over time, that it's powerful. And the more that we meet ourselves here, the more we find ease as we tap into that power and freedom as we explore. You might sign out here, ending your supine yoga by drifting off to sleep. You might begin to reawaken your body, moving the fingers and the toes, the ankles and the wrists, inviting a slow shifting, lengthening, moving through the legs, the hips, the arms, and the shoulders. We're not in a rush, nor do we need to fully reawaken the body. We're just finding a little looseness in the joints, a little movement to bring gentle awareness back into the body. And then when you're ready, you might bend the knees, roll over onto your side, and press yourself up. Finding a seat if you like. We'll end our practice with palms at the heart center. Wow, wow, wow. Such powerful, powerful, powerful care that we give ourselves to retrain our nervous system, to calm the amygdala, to soothe the physical and energetic body this evening is powerful. And to start the new moon off with work like this, I cannot wait to see what the rest of the week has in store. Thank you for taking this time for yourself. Thank you for practicing with me. The light and the dark in me sees the light and the dark in you. And we are imperfect creatures having an imperfect experience together. And it's beautiful. Thank you.